Hello everyone, welcome to the Project Audit Summer 2018 Education Space. And why I create a video rather than having an online webinar, because I think some of you still have passive visit right now, and because we need to launch this project audit as soon as possible. So this video will explain to you how specifically this project audit for the summer 2018 will work, and what are the changes that we created based on the feedback that we get. Okay, so before we start, basically I will share to you this output again through your email, through the engagement email, which define that we already start collecting data for the project audit. So in this booklet, it will consist of the why, the how, the what, and who are going to be the role of each stakeholders that are involved in this project audit, and then appendix like what is the past data that we have from past winter project audit. And yeah, why we're actually initiated this project audit in the first place is because we see that actually some projects are not really feasible to run, and sometimes that you don't really know if your project actually are sustainable in the sense that it can be long term, and in terms of finance and like PD as well, like how to make sure that you have sustainable partner and sustainable spending throughout the project. So for this project audit, we're focusing on youth experience, which is IGV and project management part, finance in terms of governance as well, and also partnership. And the key focus of our project audit for this time is going to make sure that every project are planned for a long term. So your project wouldn't be only like run in one peak and then you don't continue the project, while basically we create project to make sure that it gives a long-term impact to the society and the community. So we want to make sure that the project that you run in the next winter is going to be planned for long term. And the second one is to make sure that LC knows how to monitor the projects and now the status of it based on finance, youth experience, and PD checklist. Because in the sense, we're always talking about getting EPs approval, but then we never really talk about how to make sure our project runs well and how to know the progress of our project implementation before realization. So we can also use this project audit to know that. And the next one should be empower members to care about the quality of the project and know the importance of collecting data. Because like in the sense, for example, for us in national side, it's really hard for us to collect data and then, for example, present to partners if we want to really showcase our project. So we make sure that in this project audit, we also can get significant data to be used in future inferences as well. So how are we going to run the project audit? So basically you can directly click this picture, and this picture will direct you to the IGV master tool project audit checklist. And in this checklist, it's going to be divided into three parts, which is IGV, FL, and PD. So I will just click on this and show you briefly on how it looks. And for it was still in the IGV master tool, so everyone can access that. So basically it's the same thing that we have based on the past project audit, but then in the sense we are changing some of the checklists based on the feedback that you give during the audit feedback, and to make sure that it's really connected to your asset sustainability as well. Yeah, so you can access it in here, and it's divided into three parts, which is IGV, FL, and also PD part. Cool. So I will continue, and yeah, so the timeline is going to be 5th of May. So today I'm going to send you this video, education video, together with the engagement email and also the new form that you can put. And 18th of May will be early bird submission, means that you can start submit in midway to make sure that we can review it earlier. And 25th of May will be the final submission or the deadline. So we give you time to actually review and see if the data is sufficient enough or not. And for this, I'm just going to explain it very briefly, like what is the changes that we put in the new checklist. So you can click here to see the full checklist. For IGV checklist, is going to consist of 6 checklists, which is standard tracker for all approved EPs and file delivery checklist. So this is the same thing that we have from last project audit. And then The next one would be percent of growth of approvals from last year to really see if your project are sustainable in terms of getting numbers of EPs, and then break approval and break realization to see if you actually have the right amount of people that are going to your project, and then project roadmap and project monitoring process. So the one that is highlighted is actually the new additional checklist based on the feedback that you give to us. And in this session, I'm going to briefly explain a little bit about project roadmap and also the project monitoring progress. So for the project roadmap, is mostly based on the feedback that how can we actually know if our project is sustainable or impactful or not. And yeah, so basically in this booklet, I already explained first specifically and how can you actually fill the project roadmap. So if you want to see how the project roadmap look, you can click on the booklet. And I also put an educational video on how you can fill it, so you can find it in the IGV master tool in here. So how to fill the project roadmap, I will put the link here so you can access it there as well. And basically this is the project roadmap that you would use. We already put the name of your LC here, so find your name of LC, and based on this is going to explain you more specifically on how to fill it. And if you don't understand more, I will share the video, and if you still don't understand, you can ask me as well. And the next is project progress monitoring. So this is also based on the feedback as well to see how are you actually can measure the progress of your project before realization until now. And then in a sense, basically it's just reviewing your DMF in the sense of your project team and the project schedule and also EP's final JD, because basically before we don't put like EP's final JD in the DMF, so I already put the video and the framework itself to make sure that you can know how to add the EP's final JD to your DMF. So basically you don't need to create something new, you just need to revise your current DMF that you have in each of your project. So that's basically for IGV. And then for FL checklist, the thing that is different is basically we are reviewing past budget versus actual, and then basically this thing is created based on the feedback that you give as well. So by auditing only one budget versus actual realization, we really cannot see the sustainability of the project finances. So that's why we decided to review past budget versus actual itself. And then after that, we also add IGV profit strategy implementation, and then in the part of governance, it's more into like agreement. And the next thing is PD checklist. So the thing that is different from the PD checklist is basically on tracking learning partner, opportunity partner, and also IGV profit strategy. And then in terms of governance, we will still use HubSpot in terms of uploading the proposal and agreement that we have in terms of PD. And who are the people that are actually involved in this project audit? So first is going to be MC. So from our side, we're going to deliver education guideline and tracker, structure, and checklist for you to use and utilize to do this project audit. And then for LCP is make sure that you follow up with your LCVP and make sure your LCVP understand and know what they should do for this project audit. And for LCVP, for IGV, FL, and PD is to make sure that you fill all of the checklists and make sure that everything is fulfilled. And also communicate with department related and your members that are actually taking care of the certain checklist that is in the project audit checklist. And yeah, in the appendix, you can see I put the project audit report there. And if you have any more questions, you can directly contact three of us. So Cynthia, they are going to take care of the FL part, Audrey the PD part, and I'm going to take care of the IGV part. So basically, that is the brief explanation on how we can actually do the project audit. And then I will send you engagement email together with this booklet. And then in the engagement email, you can find the new Podio form where you can fill and submit the documents needed for the project audit. If you have any question more, you can contact all of us, and I hope you can really utilize the space to really review back in your project and make sure that you create more sustainable project in the future. Thank you.